Toyota has been in the hybrid game longer than any automaker on the planet. And in 2026, they're not slowing down. 5 hybrids, 5 very different missions. From a $24,000 daily commuter that sips fuel like it's afraid of gas stations to a family hauler that seats 8 and still beats 35 miles per gallon. Whether you need efficiency, luxury, performance, or all three, Toyota has a hybrid with your name on it. Here are the 5 best Toyota hybrids of 2026, ranked and reviewed. Toyota Corolla Hybrid 2026. Let's start at the beginning, the car that started countless hybrid journeys for everyday American drivers. The 2026 Toyota Corolla Hybrid. Starting at just $24,420, the Corolla is proof that you don't need to spend big to drive smart. The hybrid powertrain delivers up to 53 mpg in the city and 50 mpg combined, numbers that make even the most dedicated EV drivers do a double take. And if you opt for the all-wheel drive hybrid model, you're still pulling 44 mpg combined out of the EPA. Now this isn't a sports car. The AWD hybrid version we tested hit 60 mph in 9 seconds. That's not fast, that's deliberate. The Corolla is built for the person who wants to disappear into the commute quietly and cheaply, and it does exactly that. The 2026 model year brings some real updates though. A new FX Edition hatchback lands with a rear wing, 18-inch white wheels, sport seats with suede inserts, and orange stitching throughout the interior. Only 1,600 will be built, and in colors like Inferno and Ice Cap, they're going to go fast. Digital gauge displays are now standard across the lineup, with the XSE and XLE trims getting a full 12.3-inch cluster. Inside, the Corolla is tidy and sensible. Soft touch materials, available dual-zone climate heated front seats, and an 8-inch touchscreen with wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Nothing shouts, everything works. The hybrid sedan squeezed 16 carry-on bags with the rear seats folded. The hatchback managed 14. Practical? Absolutely. Hybrid battery components are covered for 10 years or 150,000 miles. Toyota Safety Sense 3 comes standard, adaptive cruise, lane keep, emergency braking, all of it. The Corolla Hybrid isn't exciting, it's better than that, it's dependable. Bottom line, best value hybrid on this list. If you're driving 30,000 miles a year and watching the pump, this is your car. Toyota Prius Hybrid 2026. For years, buying a Prius meant accepting a trade. You'd get incredible fuel economy, but you'd hand over any claim to style or driving enjoyment. That deal is officially off the table. The 2026 Toyota Prius starts at $29,845 and carries over unchanged from last year because Toyota already got it right. This 5th-generation Prius looks sleek, handles with genuine confidence, and returns up to 57 mpg combined in its most efficient trim. On our 75 mph real-world highway test, it posted 49 mpg. That's not a typo. Under the hood, the front-wheel drive model pairs a 2-liter Atkinson cycle inline-4 with 2 electric motors for 194 combined horsepower. Add a third motor out back, and you get all-wheel drive with 196 horses. We hit 60 mph in 7.1 seconds with the FWD model, significantly quicker than the old Prius and well ahead of the Hyundai Elantra Hybrid's 8.4-second run. Inside, Toyota finally put the gauge cluster where it belongs, directly in front of the driver. The cockpit is clean and modern. Cargo space reaches 23.8 cubic feet in the LE trim. We fit 4 carry-on bags in the trunk and 14 with the rear seats folded. The infotainment story is solid too. An 8-inch touchscreen is standard, with an optional 12.3-inch unit on the Limited. Wireless CarPlay and Android Auto over-the-air updates, a 6-speaker stereo base with an available JBL 8-speaker upgrade. One caveat, the rear headroom is slightly snug, a consequence of that gorgeous low roofline. Tall rear passengers will feel it on long trips. Want more? Toyota also builds this car as a plug-in hybrid, the Prius PHEV, with 40 to 45 miles of all-electric range for about $5,000 more. Worth serious consideration for anyone with a short commute and a home charger. Bottom line, the Prius is no longer a compromise. It's a genuinely good car that also happens to be extraordinarily efficient. Toyota Crown Hybrid 2026. The Toyota Crown was never supposed to exist in today's market. A bold, tall-riding, genuinely luxurious sedan from Toyota, yes. And it quietly charges into Lexus territory without carrying the Lexus price tag. Starting at $42,735 and going up to $56,285, the Crown carries a full hybrid powertrain on every single trim. The XLE, Limited, and Nightshade models use a 2.5-liter 4-cylinder with 3 electric motors for 236 combined horsepower and a CVT. All-wheel drive is standard across the board. Then there's the Platinum. It gets Toyota's Hybrid Max setup, a turbocharged 2.4-liter four-cylinder paired with two electric motors for 340 horsepower and a proper 6-speed automatic. That combination gets the Crown to 60 mph in 5.1 seconds. The base trim does it in 7.2. Both are respectable for what this car is meant to be. Fuel economy is where the base models truly shine. The Crown Limited returned 42 mpg on our 75 mph highway route, better than most compact cars. The Platinum's more powerful setup drops that to a real-world 32 mpg, still reasonable for 340 horsepower. Inside, the Crown punches above its badge. Premium materials, dual-zone climate standard across the lineup, an 8-way power-adjustable heated front seat on every trim, and a 12.3-inch infotainment screen as standard equipment alongside a matching 12.3-inch digital gauge cluster. Limited and Platinum trims add panoramic sunroof, leather, and ventilated seats. The driving position sits higher than a traditional sedan, closer to a compact SUV, which many buyers will find more comfortable and easier to get in and out of. We fit 5 carry-on bags in the trunk and 20 total with the rear seats folded. One honest note, the JBL audio option we tested didn't impress. Rivals in this price range offer richer sound. Bottom line, the Crown is a legitimate luxury sedan for buyers who won't pay luxury brand premiums. The base hybrid's fuel economy is genuinely outstanding. Toyota RAV4 Hybrid 2026. The RAV4 is already America's best-selling SUV. For 2026, Toyota blew it up and built it back better. Comprehensively redesigned, the 2026 RAV4 drops its gas-only powertrains entirely. Every model is now a hybrid or plug-in hybrid. No exceptions. The RAV4 Hybrid starts at $33,495. The 2.5-liter four-cylinder pairs with dual electric motors for 226 horsepower in front-wheel drive form or 236 horsepower with AWD, which adds a third motor to drive the rear axle. The AWD model we tested hit 60 mph in 7.1 seconds, quicker than the outgoing version. If you want serious performance, the RAV4 plug-in hybrid delivers 320 horsepower and a claimed 52 miles of electric-only range. We estimate it'll hit 60 mph in around 5.2 seconds. The new GR Sport trim, tuned by Toyota Gazoo Racing, adds summer tires, retuned suspension, and sharper steering for buyers who actually want to feel the road. Fuel economy is strong across the board. The most efficient RAV4 hybrid models are EPA rated at 43 mpg combined. Our real-world test of the AWD Limited delivered 36 mpg at 75 mph. For a family SUV with genuine all-weather capability, that's excellent. The redesigned cabin is practical and well-organized. A 10.5-inch infotainment screen is now standard, a significant upgrade with a 12.9-inch unit available on higher trims. Wireless CarPlay and Android Auto, a standard 12.3-inch digital gauge cluster, and an available head-up display round things out. Behind the rear seats, we fit 10 carry-on bags, with the seats folded 24. Towing capacity climbs to 3,500 pounds on most AWD trims, and Toyota backs its hybrid components with a 10-year, 150,000-mile warranty. The RAV4 has always been practical. Now it's also genuinely modern. Bottom line, the 2026 RAV4 Hybrid is the easiest recommendation on this list. It does everything well, costs less than you'd expect, and now comes with a GR Sport trim that actually makes driving fun. Toyota Highlander Hybrid 2026. 3 rows, 7 or 8 seats. Fuel economy that would embarrass most two-row crossovers. The 2026 Toyota Highlander Hybrid starts at $49,615 and does something genuinely impressive. It makes family transportation feel responsible. A 2.5-liter four-cylinder working alongside 3 electric motors produces 243 combined horsepower, fed through a CVT and standard all-wheel drive. That setup returns 35 mpg city and 35 mpg highway per the EPA dead flat efficiency numbers that are easy to remember and even easier to appreciate at the pump. On our 75 mph real-world test, the Platinum model posted 28 mpg hauling full-size SUV mass down the highway. Respectable. The Highlander is not a sports car. 0 to 60 takes 7.3 seconds, which is adequate and nothing more. But no one is buying a 3-row family SUV for canyon carving. They're buying it for school pickups, road trips, and grocery runs, and the Highlander handles all 3 without complaint. The interior is contemporary and well-appointed. Higher trims use premium materials that look genuinely upscale in isolation. However, compared to the Hyundai Palisade or Kia Telluride, the Highlander's materials feel a step behind at similar price points. Standard captain's chairs in the second row are comfortable for adults. The third row, however, is strictly for smaller passengers. Legroom is tight back there. Cargo behind the third row fits 4 carry-on bags. With all rear seats folded, the number doesn't appear, but the space is generous. An 8-inch infotainment screen is standard on the entry XLE, with the 12.3-inch unit available on upper trims and standard on Limited and Platinum. An 11-speaker JBL audio upgrade is available, and Toyota provides Sirius XM, a 4G LTE hotspot, and wireless CarPlay and Android Auto across the lineup. For 2026, 2 trims depart, the XLE Nightshade and the 25th Anniversary Edition, simplifying the lineup to 3 core trims. Bottom line, the Highlander Hybrid is the most practical car on this list. Not the most exciting, not the most efficient in absolute terms, but the one that answers the question, what do I buy to move my whole family without wrecking my budget? 5 Toyotas, 5 clear purposes, here's where they land. 5 Highlander Hybrid. Practical, efficient, sensible, but falls short of its rivals on interior refinement and third-row space. 4 Corolla Hybrid. Exceptional value and stunning fuel economy. Slow but honest about it. 3 Crown Hybrid. The hidden gem of the lineup. Luxury feel, outstanding efficiency, and the Hybrid Max Platinum is genuinely fast. 2 Prius Hybrid. The comeback story is complete. Stylish, quick, and still the fuel economy king in its class. 1 RAV4 Hybrid. A complete redesign, hybrid-only powertrain lineup, GR sport trim, and class-leading practicality. The 2026 RAV4 Hybrid earns the top spot. Drop your Toyota pick in the comments below, and subscribe for the latest hybrid reviews every week.